I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. You're in my shop. I am too. Stick around. I want you to watch something. That's right. This is my shop. Now, FEMA just left because we've been declared a disaster area. Not every place else, just right here in the shop. Whew. It has been over 500 days since I could come work in the shop. My wife thinks I'm a robotic man. Well, yeah, you know. But it's been a long, long road. I'm not calling you to brag. I'm calling you to thank you. You got to thank you. Woodturners do that. We thank each other when things go right. This went right. It took me that long to get past them. Drugs, neck, leg, everything. We went past it. And now I'm able to work. I came out this morning. I was cleaning up, over here on the side, you can't see it. There's a clean spot on the floor. Oh well, not really. It's got dust on it now. But I've been out playing around, doing some things. I put a pin on it on the lathe. This is a block of wood that I've had chucked up here since September 2019. Yeah. And it was to show somebody how to run a skew on something. And it was here, and I said, wait, I got the bit in it for the pen. It's a piece of wood that's 2x4, and I'm going to turn it down and make a pen out of it to fit my notepad, my iPad. I carry this thing everywhere. But you put a regular pen in, here it is. When you put a regular pen in, it could slide out. So I'm going to not reinvent the iPad, I'm going to reinvent the ink pen. That's right, a little dip in the middle, make it work. But I'm playing around. When I came out this morning, the reason I'm talking about you, I want to thank you so much. I get emotional over this. It's been a long time coming. We created Worldwide Woodturners in that meantime because I couldn't go in the shop and work, but I wanted to do something for wood turning. I really love this. But I came out this morning, said, today we're going to crank up the lathe. I Facebooked my buddy Ronnie and said, hey Ronnie, watch this. The lathe is running. He said, so? I said, it hadn't run before. Not in a long, long time. I was so proud, so happy. I came out and I found out that T9 Bose Shield spray I use rather than WD stuff. It's been over a year, almost a year and a half, maybe more. I came in and the tailstock and headstock slid back and forth, no problem. I didn't have any corrosion on steel beds. This is South Louisiana. We get corrosion on glass. But I cleaned it off, moved back and forth. I had one spot where it was sticking. When I pulled it back, a bottle of CA had fallen over and just microscopically dripped out of a loose connection at the cap and ran down onto the beds of the lathe. Well, I got it off the top. That was easy, but it kept sticking here. So then I got smart and put my finger underneath. I found a little bead of CA that dripped around, went around, and the sail would knock it off, and the wedge, it was right there. It was a simple little fix. I took my 220 sandpaper, cleaned it up, and then I sprayed the T9 over and wiped everything down. It come off with a little bit of scum and stuff on my hands. Then I cleaned the tailstock and the headstocks, quills, or Morse tapers. Yeah, that's a critical thing. If your lathe sits up a while, or you don't use your Morse taper very often, then you go to use it, and it won't grab. This is what I use right here. This little, I don't know what you call it. It's a cleaner upper. You see it's got swirls on it. I think those are threads. I just could get one done. But I use this because it goes in a number 2 and cleans up all the trash in a number 2. It won't work worth a damn in number 3, but they make them for number 3s. But I clean up my number 2 with it. That way my headstock, my Morse doesn't stick. Now, I had 2 guys come by here to buy cutters the other day, and we were sitting out talking about it, and the guy said, I looked for that green thing and I couldn't find it. I just spray mine down every time with WD-40 and it works pretty good. Think about that. That's a friction item. There's one in my drill press. They're all over the place. Morse taper is friction to friction, complete friction to friction. I can't say that enough. Don't ever sand it. Don't ever clean it. Don't ever get a toothbrush. Get a toothbrush and wipe it off. Whatever's in there will come back out with that plastic toothbrush. But a wire will put scars in it and damage it. I'm gonna leave it like that. You'll put scars in it, damage it, and then you really got to do something. I've heard guys say, I've been beating on my knockout rod and I can't get the thing out, the Morse taper to come out. If you got to tap it more than just a little bit, something's wrong. You need to clean it up. Don't sand it. Don't wire brush it. Just clean it up. Now, a couple other things. I came out and found all my wooden faceplates, South Louisiana. They kind of went warpy. So we're going to take a look at them, see if we can true them back up again. We might have a piece on that because shop built faceplates have a place in this world. They really do. If you're going to, I got a platter I want to make out of sapelli. Did I say that right? I think I did. I got a platter I want to make out of sapelli, but I don't want to give up any wood to hold it. You see, I want this platter to be extremely thin in the center. I'm talking thin, I'm talking less than 1/8 of an inch. Okay, less than 3/6, less than 1/8 of an inch. Why? I want to do some decorating on it, but all the way through it. And my cutters, they act better if you do it less than thin. But I want to do this platter, and I don't want to give it material. I don't really. So when I turn it, I'm going to leave a wide band on the outside, a little dish, little coating then on the inside, and then on the back, I'll have to show you we did it. I'm going to leave the circle in the back, the base about that big, and soften to it, and then depress it a little bit to get the thinness. Now, why I don't want to give it any material? Because it's only 1 inch thick now, and I don't want it to be a platter. I mean, a flat platter. I want it to have some definition. So I'm going to do that. And I think after I practice a little bit, I'm going to get out my, it's right there on the wall. It's a rotary scrolling thing that goes on. Man, names don't come to me. I don't remember who that woman is I live with. But I'm going to get that live ice and play with a little embellishment around the outside. In fact, I got 2 or 3 different kinds. I'll play with those, then accent them, do them up. I don't want the outside to take away from the inside, but I want to show you that with that, I can do it. I was talking about wooden faceplates. I'm going to glue this thing to a wooden faceplate to get started. I'll true one up. I want to depress it. There's a way you depress these faceplates to make them work better. And then I'm going to put that block on, and I think it'll be the right size, and then come down and cut to it. And when I cut to it, it won't be like cutting to the faceplates. It'll be cutting wood to wood, wood to wood, wood to wood. So if I make contact, it doesn't take the edge off my tools. So that's what I'm going to use that faceplate for. And then I'm going to we'll play around with putting a finish on it and putting a vacuum chuck to finish the bottom off. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to put the pattern on and punch a couple of holes in it, just so I got a place that I can put a little wire grab in it. It's a secret. A secret? There's no secrets. I got to talk about that for a second. I'm in my shop and I'm making shavers. I'm having fun. But for the last year, I've been tuned in every Wednesday night to a wood turning club meeting. Awesome. Awesome. Why don't you go there? It's called Worldwide Woodturners. Our website's worldwidewoodturners.org, not the other one, .org. And right there you'll find a clock that'll tell you how long it is to the next episode. And you'll be part of it. It'll tell you how to get there. And there's a little button you click and boop, you're there. Don't pay anybody for anything. This is the greatest free wood turning show on earth. That's it. The greatest wood turning show on earth. Free. I meant that free part. So I hope to see you there. But right now, I am amazed that I sat down, pulled out my skew, did a few passes with my diamond tool, came over here and cut this piece of 2x4 and trimmed it down. I'm getting ready to sand out the sink pen. You have no idea how happy I am. No idea whatsoever. I want to thank you, my wood turning friends, for putting me through this. Thank you a lot. If I can do anything in this world for you, all you have to do is ask. I'll be there, just like you were here for me. Thank you a lot. I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. I can say it as well. I'm making shavings. Yes, boy, I need a shave too. Maybe I'll shave this too. Oh, don't worry about it. All right, see you soon. Bye.